Hey everyone, and welcome to what is going to be your go-to resource for PCSing to the Las Vegas area. I'm Eric Hudson, and my call sign is Nuke. And if you've just received orders to Nellis or Creech Air Force Base, I want to take a little bit of time for you to take a deep breath and relax. You're about to move to one of the most incredible assignments that you've ever had. I'm here not just to help you find a house, but to find a place that truly feels like home. I did it when I PCSed here. And if you're PCSing to Nellis or Creech, you're probably asking three big questions. Where should I live? How long will the commute be? And can our BAH actually cover it? Stick with me, and I'm going to break that all down for you. As a retired Air Force officer with over 12 years of experience as a realtor right here in the Las Vegas area, I've walked in your boots. I know the stress, the questions, the uncertainty that comes with PCS orders. I've done it many times worldwide. I remember getting my first set of orders and wondering what life was going to be like on a new base, what the community is going to be like, whether my family was going to be happy. But here's what I know after helping hundreds of military families make this transition. Las Vegas isn't just the Strip, the casinos, and all that stuff you see on TV. Sometimes it is, but most of the time it's not. This is a place where military families are building some incredible lives. It's master planned communities with resort-style amenities, A-rated schools. It's your neighborhood Starbucks where the barista knows your name and can take your order because they know it already. It's Target, it's Costco, and they're just minutes away. And it has all of your family essentials. It's finding that a sense of community and comfort that makes military move feel less like an upheaval and more like the start of your next great adventure. In the next 15 minutes, we're going to dive deep into everything you need to know. We'll talk about the missions of both Nellis and Creech, explore the specific communities where military families are absolutely thriving, break down exactly how your BAH can work for you, discuss the Las Vegas lifestyle beyond the stereotypes, and I'll share some insider secrets that only comes from years of helping military families just like yours make this transition successfully. And PCSing here myself, I'm not just a member of the Hair Club for Men, I'm the president. Yeah, that's a joke. Maybe only Gen Xers can get that one. So grab a notepad, or you can just replay this one over and over again. It helps the algorithm. Maybe a cup of coffee, and let's get started on what might just become your favorite assignment. So let's get started with the foundation, understanding exactly what you're walking into mission-wise, because that's going to influence everything from where you're going to live to what your daily routine is going to look like, especially outside the base. So Nellis Air Force Base is legendary in the Air Force community, located just 8 miles northeast of Las Vegas. This is home of the fighter pilot for the Air Force, that is. And it is epicenter of the advanced combat aviation training. When people talk about red flag exercises, they're talking about Nellis. This is where pilots from the United States, our NATO allies, and partner nations come together to experience the most realistic combat training scenarios absolutely possible. The base covers over 14,000 acres, and when you include the Nevada test and training range, we're talking about roughly 5,000 square miles of restricted airspace. That's larger than some entire states. The 57th Wing is the operational heart of the base, and you've got here the Thunderbirds, the U.S. Air Force Weapons School, and the U.S. Air Force Warfare Center, all calling Nellis Air Force Base home. What does this mean for you in practice? It means you're joining a community of about 14,000 military and civilian personnel, making Nellis one of the largest single employers in Southern Nevada. The energy on base is pretty incredible. You can literally feel the mission every single day, whether you're walking to the commissary and hearing F-16s overhead or seeing international pilots and the BX. you're part of something that's truly global in scope. Now, Creech Air Force Base, where I was stationed, tells a completely different story, but is equally compelling. Now, Creech is located about 30 miles northwest of Las Vegas in Indian Springs. Creech is the global headquarters of the Air Force Remotely Piloted Aircraft Enterprise. This is where the future of warfare is being written every single day by the best warriors in the world. The hunters of the 432nd Wing and the 432nd Air Expeditionary Wing operate MQ-9 Reapers in combat missions around the world 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year, 366 days in a leap year. We're talking about pilots and sensor operators who might live in Las Vegas but are conducting missions in multiple theaters simultaneously. It's cutting edge and it's critical to national security, and frankly, it's like nothing you have ever seen in the military. Creech has a much smaller footprint than Nellis. There are about 3,000 personnel stationed there, but the mission impact is really quite enormous. What's unique about Creech is there is no on-base housing, so everyone lives in the community. When I mean community, I mean like down here in Las Vegas. Even though we'll talk about it later, there is some housing up in Indian Springs, different situation, we'll talk about it. This actually creates some interesting opportunities that we'll talk about a little bit later. Here's something that gives you incredible flexibility in your housing choice. There's a daily shuttle that runs between Nellis and Creech, and really, most importantly, for those who are stationed up at Creech, between Creech and a park and ride. And in a later video, I'll actually go over that, so you don't have to exactly use up all your money and gas getting up to Creech. So you might be assigned to Creech, but you can choose to live here in Las Vegas. If you prefer the quieter communities that are closer to Creech, the shuttle service is a game changer, if you can feel that way. Back when I was stationed there, I didn't exactly feel that, because we actually used to get what was called Creech assignment pay, and then they started the shuttles, then they took that away from us. I wasn't happy. Yeah. But allows you to live in some great neighborhoods and get free transportation up to Creech. Now we get into the heart of why you're watching this video, and it's where you're going to actually live at, right? I want to be very specific here, because not all neighborhoods are created equal, especially if you're talking about your military family needs. In the Northwest Las Vegas Valley, where the magic happens for many military families, and there are some very specific reasons why. When I say Northwest, I'm talking about communities like Centennial Hills, Providence, Sky Canyon, and parts of Summerlin. These aren't just random subdivisions. Many of these are master plan communities that are designed from the ground up to be family destinations. Let's start with Providence, because this is where I see a lot of military families absolutely fall in love with Las Vegas. Providence is a 1,200-acre master plan community that was developed starting in about 2006. It comprises 27 unique neighborhoods, each with its own character, but all sharing some world-class amenities. When I say world-class amenities, I mean resort-style pools, fitness centers, parks, playgrounds, all throughout the community. Walking and biking trails that connect everything, and community events that happen year-round. Your kids aren't just going to school, they're growing up in a community where they can walk or bike safely to friends' houses, where they always have activities going on, and where parents know each other and look out for everybody else's kids. Almost like the good old days. Except for I don't think, like us Gen Xers, they can just stay out all day long and just be home when the lights come on. I miss those days. The schools in Providence feed into the Clark County School District, and you're looking at some highly rated elementary, middle, and high schools. Here's what I love about Providence for military families. It's about 35 minutes to Nellis Air Force Base and even closer to Creech. The commute time is crucial because it means you can live in this incredible community without spending your life in traffic. And if you're going to Creech, of course, it's just minutes from the parking ride, so you can take that van up there and enjoy your squatcher mates. And here's something that might seem small, but makes a huge difference when you're PCSing. Providence has all the familiar stores and restaurants that help new place feel like home immediately. We're talking about Starbucks for your morning coffee routine, Target for those families essentials, Costco for your bulk shopping, and restaurants like Chili's, Olive Garden, and local favorites that part of your family's daily routine. So let's take a quick pause. If this is helping you get a clearer picture of Las Vegas living, hit that button so more military families can find it, and make sure you stick around because in a few minutes I'll show you the financial strategies that can make your BAH stretch further and here than anywhere else. Centennial Hills is another community that military families gravitate towards, and for good reason. This area is seeing tremendous growth over the past decade, which means you're looking at newer homes, modern amenities, and that fresh community feel. The Centennial Hills area includes several master plan communities, each with its own HOA and amenities, but all sharing access to great schools and convenient shopping. Sky Canyon is particularly interesting because it offers something you don't get in every Las Vegas community: elevation and mountain views. Located in the Northwest Valley, Sky Canyon sits higher than much of Las Vegas, which means just slightly cooler temperatures. Absolutely stunning views of the surrounding mountains. The community features parks, trails, and that master plan community feel, but with a more natural outdoor-oriented vibe. For families who want a premium master plan community experience, Summerlin is the gold standard. Summerlin has been consistently rated as one of the best places to live in America, and when you visit, you'll understand why. We're talking about multiple villages within the larger community, each with its own character, world-class golf courses, the downtown Summerlin shopping center, and the entertainment district, and some of the best schools in Nevada. Now, Summerlin is a bit further from the bases. You're looking at about 45 minutes to Nellis and closer to an hour to Creech, unless you're going to the parking ride, of course. But many military families decide that the community amenities and lifestyle are worth the slightly longer commute, plus long-term, the higher resale values, plus the schools. If you want to be closer to Nellis Air Force Base, Aliante in North Las Vegas is an excellent choice. Aliante is a master plan community that is much closer to base. It's about 15 to 20 minutes, which offers newer homes, great schools, and a very strong military community. You'll find that many Nellis families choose Aliante specifically for the convenience factor. And one thing is, if you have a dual military family, one member at Nellis, one member at Creech, a lot of them will choose Aliante. So let's talk about what you can expect to pay in these communities, because this is where your BAH can really come into play. In Providence and Centennial Hills, you're looking at homes ranging from the mid 400s for a townhome and smaller single family homes, and up to about $700,000 and beyond for larger homes with premium lots. Sky Canyon is similar, with the added premium for those mountain views. Summerlin varies widely depending on which village you choose, but expect to pay a premium for the Summerlin name and amenities. Aliante tends to be slightly more affordable, with good options in the $400,000 to $600,000 range. Now let's talk about the numbers, because this is where Las Vegas becomes really attractive for military families. The 2025 BAH rates for Las Vegas area are strong, and when you combine that with the VA loan benefits, you've got some serious purchasing power. For 2025, we saw a 6.4% increase in BAH rates across the board. So let me give you some very specific numbers. And if you're watching this in 2026 or later, don't worry. We'll go ahead and get some updated BAH links in the description. An E5, aka Staff Sergeant with Dependents, receives $2,110 per month. E6, aka Tech Sergeant with Dependents, receives $2,201. A Master Sergeant receives $2,282. For officers, a Captain with Dependents receives $2,439. A Major receives $2,665. And an LC receives $2,828. And of course, we do have other services who are attached to both Nellis and Creech. You should be able to figure out the equivalents. Every other branch is the same ranks. For the Navy, because I got a neighbor down the street who's Navy. I never asked him what his rating was, but he did at Nellis, but whatever. So they are here, and we had some glows up at Creech, Army guys. So yeah, they are here. These are solid numbers that can support home ownership in the communities that we have been discussing. But here's where it gets really interesting. Your VA loan benefits. These are benefits you've earned through your service, and in Las Vegas, it can be a game changer for your family financial future. With a VA loan, you can purchase a home with zero down payment. Let me repeat that. Zero down payment. No private mortgage insurance is required. Competitive interest rates that are often better than conventional loans. When I say better, I mean lower. Not usually, I'm pretty much always. And here in Las Vegas, with our relatively affordable housing market compared to other major metropolitan areas, your BAH can cover your entire mortgage payment, usually including taxes and insurance. Let me give you some real world examples. Let's say you're a tech sergeant with dependents, you're receiving $2,200 a month in BAH, and you find a home in Providence for $525, the VA loan. At current rates, your monthly payments with taxes and insurance, you'll be right around $2,100. That means your BAH covering your housing costs and you're building equity instead of paying rent. But here's the strategic thinking that I want you to consider. Even knowing that your PCS again in the next few years, home ownership in Las Vegas can make financial sense. The Las Vegas market has shown strong appreciation over time, and there's a robust rental market if you decide to keep the home as an investment property when you PCS. Many military families I've worked with have kept their Las Vegas home as rental properties, and they're seeing rental incomes that cover their mortgage payments and then some. A home that you buy for $525,000 today might rent for $2,800 to $3,200 a month, depending on the specific location and features. Now, most people might think Las Vegas is all casinos and neon lights. Let me flip that stereotype upside down. Now, let's talk about what life is really like here, because I want to dispel some myths and give you the real picture of Las Vegas living for military families. First, the outdoor recreation here is absolutely world class. Red Rock Canyon is about 20 minutes from most communities that we've discussed, except for Aliante, of course. This is 195,000 acres of stunning red sandstone formation hiking trails for every skill set, rock climbing, scenic drives that will take your breath away. Your family weekends are going to be incredible. Lake Mead is about 45 minutes away and offers boating, fishing, swimming, water sports. In the winter months, Mount Charleston provides skiing, snow activities, and yes, you can ski in Las Vegas. The Grand Canyon is only 4 hours away. Zion National Park is 2.5 hours away. And Death Valley, I don't know why in the world you'd want to go there, but it's 2 hours away. Your kids are going to grow up with access to some of the most spectacular natural wonders in the country. The climate takes some adjustment, aka the heat, but most military families quickly adapt. We have 300 days of sunshine per year. Summer temperatures do regularly reach 105 to 115 degrees, but it's a dry heat, which is very different from the humidity you might have gotten used to. And the key is staying hydrated, planning for outdoor activities for early morning, evening. Winter's a mile. We're talking 60 to 70 degrees during the day, which is perfect for outdoor activities year-round. We do have a monsoon season from July to September when we have one. We actually haven't had one for the last couple of years, which can bring sudden thunderstorms and flash flooding. The key is understanding that our desert soil doesn't absorb water quickly, so even the moderate rainfall can cause flooding in low-lying areas, but this is manageable. Military community here is incredibly strong with nearly 60,000 members. The families, the retirees, right here in the Las Vegas Valley. You are joining a well-established support network. Local businesses offer military discounts. Schools have programs specifically designed to support military children, and you'll find that sense of camaraderie that makes every assignment feel a little more like home. The school districts in the community we discuss are generally well regarded, and many schools receiving high ratings. Clark County School District is large, which means a lot of programs, opportunities for your children, from advanced academics to sports to arts. And yes, we do have world-class entertainment because it's Las Vegas. We have entertainment and dining like no other, but military families. This often means date nights at incredible restaurants, family shows that are appropriate for kids, and access to concerts and events that you might not get in any other duty station. The Strip is there when you want it. Your daily life is your community, your kids, your school, your neighborhood, Starbucks, the incredible outdoor recreation that we have here. We've covered a lot of ground in the past. I said it was going to be 15 minutes. I think I talked just a little too long, but I hope we're starting to get excited about the possibilities that await you here when you PCS to Nellis or Creech, because Vegas is awesome. But I know you probably have a dozen more questions, and that's exactly why I'm here. Like I said, I've helped a lot of military families make the transition successfully. Even if you're living here right now, PCSing in, you're a veteran, a retiree. Families who are stressed about a move become families who don't want to leave when the next PCS comes around. Kids who are worried about new schools become kids who are thriving in some of the best educational opportunities in the country. Spouses who are concerned about finding their community become leaders in their neighborhoods and schools. Here's what I want you to do right now. First, if this video has been helpful, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe. And you know, they now have that new vibe thing. Hook a veteran up, a retiree up, hit that so more military families will find this. We're going to be your resource throughout this entire process with more detailed videos about specific communities, school districts, and home buying processes with the VA loan. Secondly, and most importantly, I want you to reach out to me personally. My contact information is right here in the section down below in the pinned comments. Let's go ahead and set up a consultation. No pressure, no sales pitch. You know what? I got my retirement. I got my VA benefits. I do this mainly to help my fellow military members, veterans, and retirees out. There's no pressure. There's no sales pitch. Just a conversation about your family's specific needs, your timelines, and what you need based on your budgets and your priorities. We'll talk about which communities might be the best fit for your family, what the home buying process looks like with the VA loan, and how we can make this transition as smooth as possible. Again, I'm Eric Hudson. My call sign is Nuke. I served over 20 years in the Air Force. I'm here to be your advocate for this process. I can't wait to help you with your PCS or relocation to Las Vegas. If you're already here, reach out. All of my information is below, as I've said before. I'm going to get all that information out to you right now. I'm working on relocation guides, PCS guides, everything that you need. And I'm not going to lie. The sponsorship program, I can't speak for Nellis, but I can tell you for Creech, there pretty much is not a sponsorship program. I can remember in my time there, for sponsorship was a big thing. It wasn't a big thing up at Creech. And I can, talking to folks right now, it seems to be about the wayside and people are out in BFE. I'm going to change that. This is my mission over this next year, to make this the premier relocation guide for you guys and sponsorship program. And to my fellow retirees, reach on out. I can't wait to welcome you to Las Vegas and to help you find not just a house, but a place where your family can truly thrive. This isn't going to just be an assignment for those of you who are active duty PCSing here, but it's going to be for the right reasons.